Guys, this weekend is the first of many big wrestling weekends. We have WWE Worlds Collide happening in Saturday afternoon, at least on the East Coast, at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And then WWE Money in the Bank happening basically right after it at 6 p.m. Eastern Time over here. I don't even know when's the last time I've seen WWE try to pull off a double show like this, but, I'm pretty excited for it. For those of you wondering, I will be watching the show and I will be live for it on twitch.tv/suplex, starting with WWE Worlds Collide at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and going straight into Money in the Bank. So I'll be live for like 6-7 hours. So without further ado, let's get into my predictions for not only one card, but both cards, starting off with WWE Worlds Collide. So I will admit I have vague familiarity with the AAA promotion, but I'm not super versed in how to pronounce these names correctly, so I do apologize ahead of time if I do butcher the names, but I will try my best. On this show, we have the LWO, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, and Dragon Lee versus Mr. Iguana, Octagon Jr., and Aerostar. So way back in the day, like 10 years ago, I used to watch this show called Lucha Underground, and on that show, Aerostar was a pretty featured wrestler. If there's one person on the other team that I can't say I know what they're capable of and I know how good they can be, it's Aerostar. Now, I haven't seen Aerostar wrestle in like 8 years. I don't know if he slowed down. I don't know if he's added more moves to his arsenal. But from what I remember, Aerostar was actually very good. Can't speak for Octagon or Mr. Iguana. I'm sure they're going to be really good too. Can't wait for the match. I'm going to go with the LWO winning this match. It's the first Worlds Collide show. I have nothing to base this off of. I just hope Dragon Lee gets the pin because Lord knows this guy has signed to WWE and they have been doing nothing with him since, WrestleMania 40? I know this is technically something for him to do, but, a showcase would be nice. There's another 6-man tag with Legado del Fantasma. We have Santos Escobar, Angel Garza, and Humberto Carrillo versus El Hijo del Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. I have very little knowledge of El Hijo del Wagner Jr. and like what his father's done and all that stuff, like contributions wise. Psycho Clown, I've seen in like one match. I can't speak for Pagano, but obviously the other side, I know what they're capable of. Back in the Lucha Underground days, Santos Escobar was known as King Cuerno. My hoping is we get to see a little homage to King Cuerno. Maybe a mask, maybe, I don't know. But hopefully King Cuerno reference on the show at some point. When it comes to WWE and, their partnerships with AAA, TNA, it's cool to see. But at the same time, WWE can't be going over in all these matches, you know what I mean? So I'm going to give it to Psycho Clown, Pagano, and El Hijo del Wagner Jr. We're gonna say Dr. Wagner's son gets the win here. We have a women's tag now on this show. We have the team of Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice versus Chic Tormenta and Delice. I have no familiarity with the other side. Chic Tormenta, Delice, this is my first time even hearing about them. They look rough and tough like they're going to kick ass, so I'm sure they're going to do very good, but I'm going to give it to Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice, especially considering Stephanie Vaquer just got caught up to the main roster. She needs to win. I think it's a little unfair that she has to wrestle on this show, and then like a couple hours later, she's on a Money in the Bank ladder match. Same for Chad Gable, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Getting a fatal 4-way match for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page defending against Rey Fenix, Javon Evans, and Laredo Kid. Laredo Kid, I've seen on Lucha Underground and AEW Fame. He's been around for quite some time, and he's very acrobatic. Can't wait to see what he does in this match. This is anything like the Fatal 4-Way NXT had last year with Ethan Page, Javon Evans, Shawn Spears, and Trick Williams. It's going to be fucking fire. I just can't wait to see Rey Fenix and Laredo Kid share a ring. I don't think they've been in a ring together since AEW. Gotta think about it, every guy in this match, except for Javon Evans, has been in AEW. It'd be funny if Javon Evans was the one who won this match, just based off of that alone. But I'm going to say Ethan Page retains the title. Don't be shocked if Rey Fenix gets pinned. I don't know what's going on with Rey Fenix's booking right now, but don't be shocked if he gets pinned. Main event of the show, the AAA Mega Championship is on the line as the new champion who just defeated Alberto El Patron, El Hijo del Vikingo, goes up against Chad Gable. Chad Gable, a non-luchador, not even a gringo at all, basically. WWE's first dual partnership show with AAA should not be going over El Hijo del Vikingo. On top of that, I get the sense that Vikingo is a guy they're going to really start building that company around, just based off of how much he's been featured on WWE television since the partnership was announced. I'm getting the sense that Vikingo is definitely the guy that WWE is going to strap the flag to bear around the company. So I'm going to go Vikingo to retain the title. That's my predictions for World Collide. That being said, let's now move on to Money in the Bank. I assume we're going to open the show with the only championship match on this entire show, this 4-match card. Lyra Valkyria defending her WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky Lynch. Now, we've already seen a singles match between these two where Lyra got the pinfall victory over Becky Lynch. While it be by roll-up, she still got a visual pin over Becky. It's not too often in feuds where the babyface goes over in the first match, which is where I think that Becky Lynch is probably going to walk out of here the new Intercontinental Champion. I'm getting a sense this is probably a longer term feud, right? Like it gets stretched throughout the whole summer. We're only in June. So having Becky lose to Lyra twice in a row is like sticking a knife in this feud, and it's basically over with. Lyra can move on if she beat Becky twice. She's the champion, you know what I mean? So I think Becky has to get the title here, and then you can have Lyra chase for the rest of the summer. So I got Becky Lynch winning here. I'm going to be bold and say that I think the men's Money in the Bank match will follow this one. In the men's Money in the Bank match, we have LA Knight, Penta, El Grande, El Idolo, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano. It cracks me up because WWE picks and chooses when to use Seth Rollins' old 2021 render, but this is an old Seth Rollins render. Nothing to do with the match, but I just want to point that out. Anyway, let's do a little process of elimination here. Personally, love the guy, but you could knock out Andrade. I think he's just here to basically take spots. I was actually kind of shocked that he made it into this match in the first place, but you can't have all heavyweights. You got to have somebody that can fly. And I know he doesn't fly, but like, you know, he can do something acrobatic. As would Penta, who is the next guy I'm going to knock out of this situation. Penta's on a good push. I don't want to see that end, but I just don't see Money in the Bank in his future, at least this year. And yeah, I'm knocking out the top row. LA Knight's gone next. There's a lot of people that are campaigning heavy for LA Knight to win this match because he's still over and he's been bearing the United States Championship and carrying the mid-card division. I'm not against the idea. I just don't think it's that likely. Likeliest to win are the three that are on the bottom. Next one I want to take out is Seth Rollins. If there's anybody in this match who absolutely does not need to win Money in the Bank, it is someone who won Money in the Bank 10 years ago. And someone who is in the top faction of Monday Night Raw and does not need the briefcase to get a championship match. To be honest, I don't think he needed to be in this match in the first place, but that's just me. It comes down to El Grande Americano and Solo Sikoa, which I know you're all going to laugh. El Grande making it to the finals, you're ridiculous. Seeing the push this man's been getting, is it really ridiculous to think that El Grande Americano could win Money in the Bank? It's not. It's not. That being said, I don't think he will. I think the winner of Money in the Bank this year will be Solo Sikoa. Not crazy about the idea, but something's been telling me he's been in the background kind of reforming the bloodline for a reason. That's probably to go after the Universal Championship very, very soon. So I got Solo Sikoa becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. On to the women's Money in the Bank match. Stephanie Vaquer, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Julia. Same thing as Seth Rollins. You can go ahead and knock Rhea Ripley out right now. I know Rhea Ripley has never won Money in the Bank, but she really doesn't need Money in the Bank to get a championship match. Rhea Ripley winning Money in the Bank will be like John Cena winning Money in the Bank in 2013. Unnecessary. So knock her out. You can knock Alexa Bliss out too. She's won Money in the Bank already. She doesn't need it. Let's actually give her a push first before you give her Money in the Bank. You can knock Roxanne Perez out too. I think it's a little bit too early for her to be winning Money in the Bank. Just got into the Judgment Day. Get her more acquainted with the crowd before giving her Money in the Bank. I think that might be a little bit too soon. Now, you can also make the same argument for Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer is way more over with the crowd and has built up quite a fanfare for herself through NXT and virality on social media. So I don't really think you could put those two in the same category, even though they came up the same way. That being said, I'm going to knock out Julia next. Nothing against her. I love me a good Joshi wrestler. I just don't think she's ready for Money in the Bank just yet. Give her some more time to cook on SmackDown to get more acquainted with the crowd. That leaves Stephanie and Naomi, which either one of these two, I'm okay with winning. I will be happy if either one of these two win. But ultimately, my pick to be Miss Money in the Bank is going to be Naomi. I feel like we don't made it this far with the heel turn and her going up against Jade and being back and forth for Bianca. Y'all might as well go all the way and have her win Money in the Bank too. That way, when Jade's ready to go for the Women's Championship or Bianca's ready to go for the Women's Championship, you have a cash-in ready and then the storyline can continue. Naomi winning this match is for good. Wicked for good. She will be changed. I'm sorry, I'm a movie guy now. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Leads us to the main event. John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Champion with challenger and challenger. The match is not a tough sell for me. It's the result that's a tough sell for me. You can make a solid argument that neither four of these men should be getting pinned, but someone has to. The last pay-per-view ended with an interference and DQ. This can't end the same way. I have to say there's one man who can afford to take the pin the most. It's Logan Paul. The man who needs a win most is the returning Cody Rhodes. So I'm going to say Cody Rhodes gets the pinfall over Logan Paul. And that's my prediction, guys. See you on Twitch this Saturday.